Hi there, I hope you're all doing very well. So I just cut out a bunch of images to put in my journal, and I'm like, hello, get the camera rolling. This is the first time I've been back in home for a while, so it's nice to be back, and as you can tell, I've changed my setup a little bit, even though I just did like a little tour in the last video. But it's all changed again because I've gotten rid of my PC, and I'm going to be purely focusing on using my iPad Pro as my main workhorse and see how that goes with me, because I'm still going to be traveling a lot for work right up until October, and even then it might be even longer. So I need to streamline everything, and I think just working from my iPad is just going to make things so much easier. So yeah, that's the main reason, but it gives me a lot more space on my desk, even though I have a massive desk anyway. It's very long, it's almost like 4 meters long, but I use one half for filming, and then I have this as like my commonplace sort of stationary area. So yeah, let's get into what I'm up to, what's going on, and I've got a couple of things to show you and a couple of changes. Nothing much has really changed with this, the Chronicle notebook by Faded Chronicle. I am still heavily using it for all my content creation and planning and all that sort of stuff. Spoiler alerts if you pause on the video. But yeah, so it's still really working for me. Let me get to the beginning. So this is like the beginning of March and April. So the Faded Chronicles, just in case anyone doesn't know, is split up into 2 books throughout the year. So like the AVAX, the Hobonichi AVAX. But instead of using one section for each month, I'm using one section for every 2 months. Because that way, it doesn't mean that I need to write in it every day, because that's not how my whole routine, well, I have a lack of a routine, works. I need to be able to dip in and dip out, so it makes sense for me to use it for 2 months instead of 1. So I've split the calendar up so that each triangle is a different day, but it does cover the whole of March and the whole of April. And then this is like the weekly overview, but I forgot to say at the beginning you've got like an inbox, so I have like a master to-do list there, and I've already completed quite a bit this month already, which I'm shocked at. No one's more shocked than me. And I just decorate it with a couple of stickers and things. Not going too sort of crazy with it, but at the same time, if I've got any spare laying around, I will stick them in. So this is the weekly layout. Again, I've split up the weeks, but I only do Monday to Thursday because I'm trying to have the weekends off and keeping Fridays for errands and all the other stuff that I need to do. So I'm trying to only content create on those 4 days, but it ain't working so far. I'm still doing it every day. A bit for expenses, tasks, and then notes, and then it just goes into some blank pages. 4 blank pages, and then it repeats the week again for every 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, that is really still working for me. There's a whole bunch of blank sheets at the back, and so far I've just used it as pen testing, but nothing much else. But there's more room for me to elaborate, particularly when I was writing about, yeah, there's 4 paintings that I'm working on with the Neo Arts that I've just got, and that took up like all of those. So then I can write a little note at the bottom here and say go to page whatever at the back, and then it continues on there. So that is still pretty much working for me. It's a very functional system, but it's not a very neat and aesthetic looking system. It's just, yeah, I might put some stickers, yes, I might put some stamps in some colour, and then other times I don't. It's just literally this mess. Let me show you. Yeah, so literally it's just sometimes just pen on paper. And as I said, this is sort of like my workbook for content creation, planning it out and going into more depth about what I want to do, and even some script writing in there and all sorts. So still a very functional notebook for me. Now, my Hobonichi. I love this Paddington cover. I'm going to start off with that. But it just, as much as I love it, it just doesn't work for me. And I think it's actually stopping me from picking it up. One reason is because it has the super glossy cover on it. And I need it on because this is like a fabric cover and it is going everywhere and I don't want to get the cover dirty. So that needs to stay on, and I just don't like, can you hear like stickiness? It's not sticky, but it's just, I don't like that plasticky feel at all. And then the blue and the yellow, I get why they've gone with the blue and the yellow, I really do. It's just, it's too garish for me. I need something more calm and neutral. So I think I'm going to, I know I'm going to change up my Paddington cover. And I'm going to go back to my nice green water lily leather one, which is a nice soft leather. It is a little bit plain, but I can always stick something on or do something with it. So that's not a major issue. So I'm going to go back to that. I am very tempted to get the, I think it's Misty Forest that they released for, which Hobonichi released for their spring lineup. I am very tempted to get that. Very, very tempted indeed. However, I don't want to fork out more money, especially when I've got a really nice leather cover that was expensive anyway. But I'm going to pop the Paddington on eBay along with a couple of the other Paddington items. Do I have them to hand? Yes, I do. So yeah, along with the handkerchief and the sticker set, I'm going to pop them on eBay, and if I get enough money, I will go and get the Misty Forest cover in exchange for this, so then I'm not completely, spending too much money. So yeah, so if you do want to get your hands on this little Paddington kit, I don't think I'll sell the clear cover with it, just in case I do need it in the future, even though I don't particularly like it, but I just want to keep it to hand just in case. So it will literally just be the Paddington. So if you want to get your hands on that, I'll leave a link below to my eBay, so you can place your bids in there if you want and help me get the Misty Forest cover. So yeah, let's pop everything back in here. So yeah, I still haven't worked on my cover that I was working on to cover this yellow. I just have this in the back, but it keeps moving and bending, which is not good. So, but I think now I'm looking at against the green, it's really going to annoy me. So I need to really work on that as fast as possible, really. So yeah, and just pop it in that way. I don't know why I like putting it. Oh yeah, I know why I like putting it that way. But yeah, where's my calendars? So yeah, there's March, and then my weeklies. There we go. That's how I like to keep those. And then I have this for the dailies. What did I have in here? Had some bits. You didn't see that on camera, but Wednesday that I have sat on my bookshelf basically threw my AirPods onto the floor. That's the noise you heard then. I think she had enough of holding them. And put that one behind there because that's the one I use least often, although actually I'm starting to use it more, so I don't know. Oh, it already feels so much better just using this leather one. ducks on the back. And then I usually have my stencil there as well. I'm probably going to use my stencil in a minute, so I'll keep that out. So yeah, that's the cover scenario. Now, because I have been working my little socks off, but unfortunately not towards content creation or my planner or anything like that, it's more my full-time job as an architect. I've kind of lost my way a little bit. But I've been behind anyway all year. I started off the year ill, not once but twice, and then I did my back in as well, so that slowed everything down. And obviously keeping on top of my full-time job as well as also my other YouTube channel, my art channel as well, it's just everything's slowing down and I'm getting behind on things. So with me being back in the studio, it's helped because I've been able to print a bunch of stuff off, because as you can see here, I write anyway. And then I'll just make a little note of what image needs to go there and what size it needs to be. Or sometimes I'll print the images and then work around them, which is probably what you'll see me do in this video. So yeah, March, this is the cover. This paper, by the way, is not the sticker paper that I use. It is Epson's photo quality paper, but it's thin. It's thin like normal printer paper, and it's not glossy. So I really like that, and it really does print like photographs. So I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it definitely really suits it very nicely, and it's printed very nice. So that's what I've used for that. I know there's one sticker that I need to go on here. Where are you? There you are. My little matcha sticker here, because Starbucks has released a lavender matcha, and it's very nice. It's very subtle, but it is very, very nice. So I just pop that there. So as I said, I will have an image in my mind of where I want the images, even if it's like mid-place rather than just here, in right round it, if that makes sense. So I have sort of been filling it in, but I've got an idea of where all these need to go in here. But yeah, I just don't want to show you that page because that's very personal on that page. But then there's a couple of blank pages as well. But there's a lot I need to do in here, because now it is April 3rd. And I haven't done anything for April, not even the monthly setup or anything. The page is blank. That mess there is just me trying to match the colour of the month. So, are we going to go straight into that? Or is there something else? Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. I need to take this with me. So that will now start going on that side. So yeah, I've got 2 books in there, but it covers it very well and very nicely, apart from the pencil board there. But yeah, that works pretty well. Was that? There was something else I wanted to show you before I got into journaling. Ah, yes. Now, for my birthday and for Christmas, I received some, I think they're 4K Blu-rays, but they're like special edition collectors. And there's The Ring, World War Z, and Hexagon, which I've never seen before. But the boxes are just full of ephemera in booklets and like behind the scenes stuff. And it sort of set off my little collector's obsession that I have. And I've gone and purchased another one for myself from Warner Brothers. And it is, I thought we'd do a little unboxing together because I thought you will be very interested in it, because it is one of my favourite movies, and it's anniversary this year, which is why they've released this collection. And it is, of course, Constantine, the Keanu Reeves movie that was, you know, back in 2005, 20 years old. But I never saw it at the cinema because I was too young to see it back at the cinema, and I, wasn't even really aware of it. So I very much discovered it on DVD at a later date. Someone showed it to me, and I'm like, oh, this is right up my street. And the people who cast this movie deserve an Oscar, or whatever it is casting people get, because yes, I know it's questionable to have Keanu Reeves, a guy with dark hair, playing Constantine, a British blonde-haired character, shall we say. But Keanu Reeves plays it very, very well. And then, of course, the casting of the devil. I think his name's Peter something. Is it on here? Keanu Reeves. Francis Lawrence is the director. But yeah, it doesn't tell me who the name of the actor who plays the devil. But then the actress that plays Gabriel, Tilda Swinton. Oh, the casting could not have been any better. It was absolutely fantastic. And of course, Rachel Weisz as well. Oh, so many. Okay, so on here we've just got like a cardboard sleeve with what's in here. So we get, by the way, Constantine's based on the long-running adult DC Vertigo comic book series Hellblazer. I didn't know that. I do now. So the collectors contains the film in 4K, UHD and Blu-ray, steelbook, rigid slipcase, double-sided theatrical poster, 5 double-sided character cards, 3 times concept sketch cards, and 3 times double-sided behind-the-scenes cards. So that's what we're going to get in here, but it is really nice. It's like that velvet matte that I really like. I like to get my, because as you can see there's no gloss on it. I love when it's matte, not glossy. But I just love that when he puts his arms again, together for protection and extra power. So yeah, let's get it on. See, I came home yesterday and saw the parcel and I'm like, I need to open this. And I'm like, no, I have to wait. But yeah, this is the steel cover. It's very nicely done. I really like this. Very, very nice. Oh. And the 2 discs in there. So that's the 4K one. Then the standard Blu-ray one there. So I'm always disappointed there's not like a little booklet in there. Always disappointed by that. But this is just lovely. I really like this. Very nice. And then we've got a pack of bits. What have we got? Oh, I'm guessing this is the poster. See, I know there's no other way to give you a poster by folding it, but I hate that it's folded. But, how else are they going to give you a poster without giving you a tube that doesn't fit in the box? But yeah, so here's the poster. So we've got Constantine himself, or Constantine, however you want to pronounce. And then that version as well. I don't know which one I prefer actually. Probably this one as well. Because it's got Isabel there as well, Rachel Weisz. So nice. Oh. I thought I said 1 poster. Okay, we've got 2 posters. Well, 4 technically. So you've got this version on here as well. I like that. And then, this is my favourite, the classic V of like down to hell, drag me down to hell sort of thing. And then obviously the profile of Keanu Reeves. So I think this one's my favourite. Nice. I probably, see, I'd want to put that on my wall. Maybe I could, behind my hi-fi system. We'll see. And then we've got some behind the scenes cards. Some green screen action going on here. And filming. Nice. I know I won't understand a lot of it because I'm not a film buff, so like I wouldn't understand. I know it's a camera, but aside from that, I don't know what else it is. But I do love sort of like the behind the shots. Oh, that I like with Keanu Reeves in the reflection. Very nice. And then Constantine. Ah, illustration for his apartment. Now this stuff I really like. Because I do sort of this stuff anyway for my job, but unfortunately not as storyboard like this. Fortunately, it has to be more boring and realistic. Or does it? But yeah, these are really nice. I love these. But the amount of detail as well that these artists, does it tell you who? It just says Constantine in Hell. It might be the same person. Oh, I like that. That's very comic book style-esque as well, when he traps the spider under the glass. Then we've got some photographs of the movie. Tilda Swinton as Gabriel. And Wiseman. And Papa Midnight. Oh, I forgot Shia LaBeouf's in this movie as well. It's one of his first big ones, I think. Rachel Weisz. Oh, I love this scene. The contrast between those two is fantastic. Oh, you get so much stuff with this. I was expecting just a couple of bits, but nope, we got quite a lot. Oh, and of course the famous scene when he goes into hell. So yeah, I'm actually very impressed with what you get in there. Very nice, very nice. Back to my Hobonichi. In fact, let's just remove that while I work on the other notebook. So first thing I want to do is I'm sticking a cover onto April because I've got this fantastic photograph of York Minster with some spring flowers, and then I've just put number 4 April and then goodbye Yorkshire for now because I will not see Yorkshire for a month or 2, actually, more like 2 at the moment. So yeah, so I know what's going to happen in April, and I just thought that would make a fantastic cover. So I'm just going to pop some glue on the back of here. I'm putting plenty of glue on because I'm not quite sure of the size. I'll stick it in and then cut round the page. That's usually how I like to do it. Get it right into the crease. Like that. Now I'll cut round. So yep, quick and simple with that. Now each month I typically have like a different colour. So like this is January's, and then February's is purple, and then March was pink. So this month I've decided to go ahead and use grey because I wanted a colour to match. I was going to do the colour to match that, but I couldn't find a Tombow or anything that would match the colour. Now I have got this pastel pencil that matches, and pastel works beautifully on the Hobonichi, and it doesn't smudge too badly. I mean, it does a little bit, but not too much, but I can always use fixative on it. So that's why I've got the pastel pencils here as well. This is the Caran d'Ache 582 Portrait Pink that matches April, and then I've also got the Light Olive 40% 245 to match May's, just in case. But I think I'm going to use the grey for the borders and the margins that I like to do. What else did I want to talk to you about? Yeah, so the other thing that I've been working on was I wanted to do like a sticker sheets for April and for April showers, and I wanted to use this red and grey. Now, forgive the darkness of these because my printers printed them quite dark. But these are sort of what I was going for, with some like rain clouds, some peonies, flowers, umbrellas. And I wanted to keep it quite dark and moody because we know May, everything sort of like springs up. So yeah, I wanted to do those. I'm still working on them, but obviously we're into April already, and it's too late. I think. I mean, I can use them for myself, but I think it's too late for to share them with you guys because obviously we're well into April now. But yeah, just a bunch of umbrellas, some rain clouds, raindrops, some flowers to bring in, that redness that's there. But if you look, even though these are a lot darker on the printer, from the printer, they match the red quite well. And I always like the idea of April showers. So that's what I was working on as well, but it's just I completely run out of time. But to be honest with you, what I'm going to do, because I had an idea for Easter stickers, but I'm going to miss Easter and just work straight on to my Summerween stickers and get those out hopefully ahead of time and ahead of myself. So then once they're done, I'll then work on Halloween stickers and then Christmas stickers. So then I'm like hopefully a good few months in advance. So not only can I design them exactly right, get the colours right, but also get them printed and die cut for you guys. So hopefully if anybody wants them, then they're there. But just to get ahead of myself, because I'm just like constantly chasing my own tail at the moment. Yeah, so that's another thing that I'm doing. So I think that's enough chit chat talky from me. I'm gonna put on some music. I don't know what yet, and then I'm gonna stick all these stickers in, and then start working on my April spreads, particularly the monthly one because we have the lovely March one there, and then nothing. So yeah, and then obviously the weeklies as well. So, what music shall we play? Because now I have my hi-fi system there. We can use it. What do we want to play? I keep going back to this. I really do. I mean, I was listening to it all throughout February, and I've not listened to it since February. So, yeah, it's going on. Obviously, I can't play it on the video for you guys, but there is a link down below to my Valentine's mix for both Apple Music and Spotify. The songs that are on this CD are there, so you can listen to it, just not via my video. But once I start working, I will put on some music from Chillhop. That is copyright free music for me. Well, it's not copyright free; it's licensed to me, but attributed license or something. So yeah. I just love seeing that CD spin and the noises. But yeah, let's get into some journaling.